Hi guys. Alright, so I told you I was out today. I am in the building, so I'm not far, but I am in meetings. So today, going to keep this really short to give you the most time to work, but just some reminders. We're going to keep working on this blue analysis sheet. There are extras in the back. If you were absent yesterday, make sure you grab one and check in with the guest teacher about what to do, check in with a partner about what to do. I'm going to kind of go over some stuff as a review in a quick second, so listen up. Remember your headphones. If you need to use a pass today to go to your locker to grab your headphones, a lot of you are watching interviews, watching speeches, watching documentaries, and so you need your headphones to do that. Currently this blue sheet's going to be due tomorrow, both sides, but it's a little bit dependent on the update I get from the guest teacher. If the update is, yeah, they're working hard and they just aren't getting as far as you thought they would, then I will extend it if you're working hard and you're not getting as far as I thought you would. But if you're wasting a ton of time, we will move on tomorrow and this will continue to be due tomorrow. Either way, I will email you at the end of the day to give you a heads up about when this is going to be due. So I'll probably post it on Google Classroom and so it will alert you in your email. So keep that in mind. So just remembering what this is really quickly. Yesterday we talked about how we're going to take some steps to analyze each of our sources. I started with a primary source. You could start with either primary or secondary. And I started watching my primary source, which was an interview with James Harden. And so I recorded the date. Remember, I did some background searching of the context, like what's going on around this time? Why is this interview being conducted? I filled in what I could from these boxes. I'm not done watching the video yet, so when you're done, this whole sheet should be filled. Remember at the bottom here, you're filling in the qualities and characteristics of pioneers. So in this box, you might put, perseverant. In this box, you might put dreamer. In this box, you might put has an impact on others. Whatever you can find evidence for. And what I told a couple classes is if you are able to get 3 characteristics and you just can't find a 4th, you need to do a couple things. You need to either decide that there's a characteristic in there that we didn't have on our list. So maybe there's a quality that you are seeing they're talking about in this interview, but we didn't have it on our original list. Go ahead and add it, if it makes sense for a pioneer, and then add the evidence. The other thing is, some of your primary sources are pretty short, and so they're like 1 or 2 minutes. And so what I am going to ask you to do is, if you can't find all of this using one source, then I'm going to ask you to find a second primary source. And so either in a different color or figure out some way to tell the difference between the two, you're going to record some things for a second source. And so you might be able to come up with a couple characteristics that a second primary source shows. Either way, this should be done, either from the source you have or adding an additional source. And then today, once you're finished with one side, you move to the other. Okay? So, extra stuff that doesn't fit in these boxes, you're just going to attach on a loose leaf sheet of paper. But it should be on the blue sheet today. Alright, last but not least, I have this on a poster on the whiteboard, but I want to tell you a few reminders. 1, you all have different people in here. There is no need for partner work. There is no need to move seats. I hope I'm making myself super clear about that. You should be in your assigned seat working on this work. You have a bunch to do. So there's no reason to work with a partner. There's no reason to find another spot. If you have a question for somebody that requires you to move, make sure you ask the guest teacher and they can make the decision on whether or not you can do that. When you're looking at your sources, remember to take things in chunks, and you're trying to get as much detail as possible from each source. So reading a paragraph or 2 at a time, listening a minute or 2 at a time is what I want you to remember. So look for an email from me at the end of the day or a Google Classroom post that tells you what your due date is, but just work hard enough assuming that it's tomorrow. Like, get as much done as you possibly can, because if you're goofing around and you aren't working hard, then it will be due tomorrow. So make sure you keep that in mind, and do your best job today. Be respectful, be responsible, all those things that you would be if I were here. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.